Alright, well, sure. Was it a surprise to you to get the job?
Well, it wasn't. I suppose I'm doing the pro licence for a reason. So, obviously it was always an ambition of mine to be the manager. So, I'm happy to be it.
Some people criticised Munster for appointing Johan van Gran. He's a little bit younger than you. Do you see age as any barrier in this?
Not really. I don't think it's a problem. I suppose I'm probably the right age to be a manager. I know I'm 38, going on 39, probably a bit young, but I wouldn't be the youngest in the league. Stephen Bradley did a good job. Shamrock Rovers last year, he's younger than me, so I don't see it as an issue. Obviously, experience-wise, the lads previously would have a lot more experience than me, but I suppose I'll bring a positive energy, I think.
Short period of time to get yourself organised. Neil was anticipated to come back as manager. A, were you surprised that he didn't come back? And B, did you see yourself as a favourite or a candidate at that stage?
Yeah, you're always surprised that someone doesn't come back to go at the end of their term, but at the same time, the man has a family in England, so I suppose I'm a family man myself. It's very difficult being away from your family, so it's a totally understandable decision. From my point of view, yeah, I think it's probably the right time for me to give a bit of stability to the club, hopefully going forward, and see can we do that.
You had anticipated obviously to take the 19s job for the season, so the change now from planning with the younger kids, different sessions, straight into the senior setup because the players were essentially back.
Yeah.
Has it been a huge change for you, mindset-wise as well?
It has, and it has. I suppose Eric Kinder is still there training the lads, and he's agreed to stay on until the end of the month. I'm away next week on my pro licence, so it's important that Eric is around. And we said that it'd be stupid of me not to use Eric once he's here, with his experience. So, like the last two sessions, Eric is really. On Monday he took the lead. Yesterday I took more of it as well. So that'll be a bit of a process in the next couple of weeks that we have to transitional process, should I say, in the next couple of weeks.
Everybody knows you from top down, bottom up in the club. So how have you been received by the players?
Yeah, look, I suppose some of the lads they don't know me, so it's going to be that part of it's going to have to build a relationship with them, But I'll be open with them and open as honest as we can be. The other lads seem to be happy with it, you'll have to ask them, Mike.
So Eric leaves at the end of the month. Was it his decision? Was it your decision? And your backroom team, has it been decided by you? Are you in the process of it? Or?
Yeah, in the process of deciding the backroom team. It was Eric's decision. Yeah, Eric wasn't staying anyway. He was only staying till the end of the month once he couldn't do the job. So. And he's kindly agreed to stay on till then, and it's great for me as well, and it's great for the players actually that there isn't a big huge upturn straight away, and it gives me the opportunity as well to assess things and see what we have. I can take a backward step and a step back a bit and have a look, before and see what's going on and what the team is like, because at the end of the day that's what a manager should be doing as well, having a good look.
Are you expecting many more players? So you've 15 signed at the moment, you're looking with 20 or?
Yeah, we're looking to get in as many as we can, so before the season starts, we're speaking to a couple of lads at the moment. Obviously Conor's a great signing for us, and we signed Owen Waring as well. He just couldn't make it today because he just had to go back to Dublin. It's the boys' day off today, so Owen is a fantastic signing for us as well, so that's two good signings today.
I suppose with the 19's background, do you need confidence enough with the groups that you've had, especially last year, to lead someone with the first team football?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that an ambition for you?
Yeah, of course it is. We'll use the boys. We're hoping to sign 14, 15, 16 experienced lads. I count Conor in that now as well. But we'll use 19s after that. Definitely, yeah.
Talk to me a bit about Conor, coming from Cork City. Obviously, that winning mentality, is that massive for this?
Huge. It's massive for this group. That's what we want. That's what we look to embed. We'll hope first and foremost to work hard, and we're honest with each other as a group. And Conor's the type of player that we're looking to do that. He fits the profile. Good young player. I admire him with the 19s for many years. Like Chidozie last year, they're the two boys I would have been onto the club even as 19s manager to get in, because I suppose I would have been a bit of envious of those two, with Cork, because they probably caused us a lot of damage because the 19s league is a competitive league, particularly since the 17s and the 15s came in. A lot of it is about winning now. It's important that you win in that league, and those boys have that mentality, and Conor has it, and I think it's a great signing for us.
You've obviously been privy to a budget, I presume, at this point. Where does it stand in terms of your own ambition for the year? Where does it reflect on the league table? What's your overall goal?
All right, we'll take it game by game. We hope to win as many games as possible, and we'll be competitive. I think, you know, if we get the players we want to get, I think we'll be competitive. I don't want to speak about any negativity. We'll do our best every game, and we'll take it game by game.
You've gone from a sense of a manager, like I said, really experienced at obvious games managed in England, was with Blackburn, etc. And it's you taking from 19s level to come to senior level. Is that a change in, I suppose, approaching the club, and do you embrace that?
Yeah, it's a change for the club, and I'm glad for the opportunity. Like, it's a lot of 19s managers don't get the opportunity to step up, particularly into the Premier League. You know, you'd imagine you'd have to do your experience in the first division, and I understand it's a big job, you know, and that's why I hope to get the backroom team finalised. And I need support. Obviously, I know that, and I know I don't know everything, and I'm not experienced, but I suppose I'm willing to learn, and I have a good group of players that I think will be behind me 100%. You know.
I suppose part of the issue with Stewart and part of the issue with Neil, but potentially maybe would have been the leading process to the league. You've been around the league for so many years, Tommy. Does that help you massively go forward?
I think so. Yeah, I think I know the league. I know the players in the league. Obviously, I think that's an important factor. Yeah, you know, I know the other managers. I know what type of style they like to play. You know, I think that's important as well. Yeah.
The vice captain, is that still the same from last year, or are you going to change that?
We'll have a look at that and see. No decision there yet.
Conor, for yourself, very big moments in material deal. It's a big commitment for a young player. Was it exciting?
Yeah, it's good, you know. I suppose I came in last week and had a bit of a look around the club, and I liked what I seen, and the standard in training was good, but Tommy was a big part of it, if I'm honest. You know, the fact that his 19 teams were always good to play against, and I always respected his team, so he was the real reason that I came in. You know, he gives the youth a chance, and I suppose I had a good year last year at Cork. We won a few things, but I didn't play as much as I wanted to play. Everyone knows that, so Tommy's definitely been a big part of it, and I'm looking forward to working with him.
Since you've been at Cork at 19s level, even looking at the senior level, you've had quite a few strikers. I know at the point of the game. What was it like playing with the likes of Sean Boyer and doing a lot?
It was great, you know. Shawnee was brilliant last year for the first half of the season, and even the year before when I was on loan, you know, I was still training with them. It was great to learn off him and pick up things, but at the same time it's frustrating when you have a player of that quality that, you know, no matter, I could bang a hat trick in 3 days in a row in training and I still wouldn't play ahead of him, you know, so you have to be realistic too.
Did you bang a hat trick in 3 days in a row?
No, I didn't, but you know.
This year he will.
Was it important for you as well as it was comfortable enough that you came into an environment knowing you always really good keen? Was that helpful?
It does, yeah, it's very helpful, you know, and I know a few of the other lads like Killian Bruder I'd have played against, maybe been a few Munster squads with him, so there's a lot of lads around the place, and the fact that you're still only an hour away from home too, it's nice as a young lad, you know, for your family and friends and stuff.
Are you excited for the responsibility when Limerick will lean on you, presumably more than Cork? Are you happy to take that on?
Yeah, you know, so I'm at a point in my career now that I feel I'm ready to be a main striker. Now obviously I have to prove that, there's no guarantees I'll play, but I think everyone knew that I was offered another deal at Cork, but being realistic, I would have been second or third or striker, and I don't want that, you know, so it's up to me now to knuckle down and prove that I'm good enough to play at this level.
What did John say to you?
John, you know, it was brilliant to me, to be fair. You know, I'll always have a lot of respect for him. He brought me out of the youth team, he gave me my chance, my debut. I still made 20 league appearances last year for a team that won the double, you know, so he gave me plenty of opportunity, but at the same time he realises, because he was a striker himself, you know, as much as he wanted to keep me, he knows that I need to play, like, so he wasn't happy with it in an extent because he wanted to keep me, but you know, he's a nice guy and he wants what's best for me, so he was happy enough to let me go and wish me the best, so I respected that a lot.
You're at a young age, but at the same time you've been involved in the league winning side,
yeah.
Cup winning side, Cup winning side, I suppose in the sense of league losing side. You've kind of experienced an awful lot of things in this league that a lot of people build up to. Are you ready to bring a club to that level elsewhere?
Yeah, you know, I suppose long term a career is judged on trophies, you know. Now I'm realistic, I'm not saying I'm going to come into Limerick and say, oh, I think we can challenge for the league, because you know, you have to be realistic, but especially over the 2 years I'm here, we'll be looking to build and have a good season this year, and then definitely, if not this season, perhaps next season, be looking at getting into European spots, and you know, it's like any club, they have a long term project, and I'm buying into what the boys want to do here. So
what's your own ambition in football? Is it now 10 years with Limerick guaranteed, or if you got an offer tomorrow morning for something better, would you be out the door just as quick?
You never know in football. It's a funny game. People say you're signing a 2-year, you could do well and go to England in a year. But at the flip side, I could come in, I could not hit the heights that's expected, and the club could be saying in a year's time, listen, you're not good enough to play here. So I'm realistic too. I know I have to work hard, and if I score goals and that helps Limerick get points and move up the table, I'll be happy.
You set yourself targets?
Well, I suppose my target is to play as many games as I can and score as many goals as I can and make sure that I'm the main number 9 every week.
I think Limerick fans, they got glimpses of you last year, mostly at the end of the games where you're coming on. Flashes of brilliance. So what would your message be to them? Get up and watch you, come and see a bit of an exciting striker and get behind the team?
Yeah, but not only me, I suppose that's the biggest thing, that, like Tommy said, there's so much ability in this club and so many young players that I think sometimes people get drawn on age too much, that they're saying, oh, a young manager coming in, oh, a young striker, we need experience, we need whatever. And now I know I didn't play that much last year, but still I've won a league and a cup that some people never do in their career, but I'm only 20 years of age, so your age doesn't really matter, it's only a number. I know that's the same people always say, but from what I've seen, I wouldn't sign a 2-year here if I didn't think the players were good enough to compete in this league, so I'm excited about the squad that's there.
Do you see it as a bit of a drop down because you're coming to a venue that has less supporters than Turner's Cross, a team who have won the league and cup and are going to Europe this year? Do you see this as a drop down, or do you just
no, not at all, because it'd be different if I was someone like a Shawnee Maguire that's proved that they're Cork's best player, but I didn't really prove myself at Cork as much as I wanted to, so it would be disrespectful for me to look at Limerick as a step down because I haven't even proved that I'm good enough to play for Limerick yet, so I think at this age I have maybe 20-25 league appearances, only 5 or 6 starts, so I don't have the right to be looking at anything as a drop down, so I'm just here to work hard and prove that I'm good enough to play here.
You have plenty of experience playing against Limerick. Who are the players you're most looking forward to playing with now? I mean, style of play, their passing ability, setting up strikers.
I suppose Chidosi's an obvious one that I've played with myself, and like Tommy said, his pace and power can frighten teams, but they have a lot of good players, and I think it's not all young players either. You have the likes of Shane Duggan that is on his day one of the best midfielders in the league. You have people like Danny Kearns coming in, people like Shane Tracy and Brendan Clark that have been around the league for years, and I just want to learn off them and take their experience to help me get to the next level.
Can you talk to me a little about him, what you saw in training from him and what you liked about him?
Yeah, I know Owen from watching him with Bose, a couple of seasons back. Obviously he had a terrible cruciate injury last year, but he's come back in fantastic condition. I just like Owen. I think he's the right age as well. He's 24, bit of experience, great attitude, lovely kid to talk to, really nice guy, trains very well, 2 good feet, 6'2", good shape. So he adds a bit of size as well to the squad, which is important, particularly in this league, defending set pieces and the likes of that. I think he's a great addition for us. I really like Owen. I think I admired him when he was with Bose, and I think he's a great signing for us.
The Galway friendly, was it due to be on the Marcus Field?
Rugby match tomorrow night as well is an issue. I suppose we don't want to wreck the pitch, and it's probably going to be wrecked after rugby anyway, so we don't want to make it any worse on Saturday. So yeah, we'll probably, with this time of year, the weather we have, we'll probably just have to go on Astro. If we can get a decent grass pitch, we'll get it, but at this moment in time it's probably likely to be the Astro pitch.